G'day guys, welcome to another YouTube video with Mr. G. This is quite a boring one because I'm going to actually restring, or at least one string of this guitar. I find a lot of my students ask me, how do you go about changing your strings? Now, it is quite hard on your Floyd Rose type systems, so if you can see that right there, and with obviously the locks that it has up there. So we're going to change the lower string, which is the one that causes the most dynamics in the actual bridge. So let's go to it. So there it is there, and most of the time, like I guess if you buy it from a shop, it's going to be in tune, it's going to be already balanced. It is a floating system that works under tension, so it should be in tune. That sounds pretty good. So let's say you break a string or you just want to change them. All right, well, we're going to first unlock up the top. All right, and probably the idea is you can take it out if you really want. I mean, there's no big issue about it. So it's just a little bolt, holder. I'm going to detune that string. Bassy. And just slide that off. That should be pretty quick. You shouldn't need all that much string wound up in there, and that's a good way to do it. So I'll show you later when I actually put on the string. Be careful here at this part because you don't want to scratch the body of a guitar. So I'm just going to put the Allen key there and loosen the little holder there. So just loosen the back there, and notice the string comes out freely, and also the block that's in there can actually come out. So just be careful, don't lose that block. I'm not sure if you can see it too closely, but it's a little block in there which once you've taken out the string can actually fall out. So just keep your eye on that. I'm neat and tidy about my strings, so I like to, even though I mean, it can be reused. It's just old sounding, that's all. So I guess it's in case of emergency. You might as well just keep your strings nice and tidy, and just maybe put it back in the packet that you're going to open. So don't get rid of that, and just save a pile of old strings. So there you go, nice and reusable for next time. All right, so I've got my new string, and this is a light gauge, this one here. And as you can see, I'm just going to show you the floating system and what's happened to it, probably from this side. Because I've taken the lower string, which is holding probably, I guess, the most sort of tension, you'll notice the bridge has sunken in backwards. So that will come back again when I put that string back on in tune. Okay, because remember, it was set up in tune. And the way that I feed it through is I go through the head with the bit that hasn't got the ball end. So you've got a part that's got a ball end, the part that doesn't. Feed it through the top. Now I'll just move the tuning head a bit just to be a bit more in line. And put it under any straddles that it might have there. Okay, and you can straight away, you can hear the string hitting the pickup because it's sunken in. I'm going to put it straight there right before the block, the one that's already loose. And right away we can start tightening up there. Okay, once again, be careful with the body of your guitar because you could scratch it. Okay, and there's no, you do need to tighten it, right? But they get worn out. Like if you've got parts that come from like Korea or something like that, the parts aren't very good. Like Allen keys like this are going to wear it out very quickly. So be firm but gentle. It's a bit strange, like I said. Okay, that should be right. Okay, so you should be able to pull on it. It's not coming out. Okay, well that's fine. That's going to hold the tension. Now, you don't want a ridiculous amount of string. So notice how much string I've got left. All right, I don't want to wind that all up. The way that I sort of judge is I just hold the string a bit like a triangle, and I just sort of judge. Okay, well that's going to give me about 2 turns or so when I go to wind it up again. So that sounds right to me. You don't want to put too much on this low string. So straight away start tuning it up, start giving it a little kink. So it starts to get a little kink already, so you'll see my string is starting to kink over, and that's what you want. Notice I've still got that triangle, so I'm going to try and get rid of that. And I always try to give it the tension, especially on the lighter strings. So your higher E, I like to give it the tension. With this string, you don't have to worry so much because it's so thick and fat that you're not going to have that trouble. So notice that my triangle's going down and down because I'm getting tighter and tighter. And I've just managed to get one turn so far. Hopefully it'll just be the two. That's all you need. Yeah, make it look nice and neat. Okay, bring the tension up again. And then you can hear it, okay? Now you can tune it by ear if you like. I'm going to leave that dangling for now, I'll worry about that later. Okay, so it's out of tune. I have a feeling it's too tight. So the best thing to use is, I would invest in a digital tuner, but one that actually works on the guitar's frequency. So it hasn't got a mic, I think it's got a mic built in this one, but it actually uses the guitar's frequency. So you actually put it on the head, and I don't have much one here. I'm going to put it there. Sorry you can't see what I'm looking at, but I'm going to tune it now, and I do have it too tight. I'm at G, F sharp. And that's nice. That's nice right there. So that's actually in tune. One thing that I also forgot to mention is before you start with string, another good idea to do is with the final things after you've locked in that tune your guitar, probably set them at midway before you start. And I've already done that, that's probably why I forgot. But set them at midway of the height, so if you have to flatten or sharpen, at least you've got that room. So just a little tip there. Okay, I'm fine now, so I can actually lock it in. You can see the guitar. And the other thing is to note is, once it's in tune, all the L strings should be in tune. Relatively, so it sounds alright, you know, it's pretty close. So I'll put the back again the screw with the Allen key. And like I said, you know, same thing is firm but gentle. You know, it's got to hold the string. These can also flatten the string as well. It means the string's going to break on you, you know. So it holds it, it's fine, you know. Okay, so we're ready to go. I've still got my tuner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a final tune, but now tuning with the back sort of tuners now. So it's all locked in. Alright, so we'll give it a final tune there. Okay, my E's way too sharp. Okay, so just release the tension on that. Now this is also a balancing system as well, so you might find that you've tuned the top string and by the time you get to the bottom your top string's out of tune again. It's a balancing system, you have to sort of compromise, so you might have to slightly sharpen some of the strings as you go. Yeah, my A has to be sharpened now. My D's okay. G's got to be sharpened, just slightly. B, a little bit sharper. There it is, all done. Now, you don't really need pliers to get out and cut this, so if you've got stronger sort of fingers, you can actually break this. Some people don't like the strings properly. I'm a neatness freak, so I need to get rid of it. Just basically kink it as much as you can. It is the biggest string, and then you just got to constantly just bend it back and forth, and it'll break eventually. If you've got pliers, obviously you can cut it like really close to the tuning heads, but I don't know, I can't be bothered half the time. Oh, the other thing that I should mention is the Allen key that I was using, always really handy. Might have to break this later. Always really handy is to purchase one of these. just one of those on the back of the guitar. They hold all your Allen keys, so if you need any other sort of things that need fixing, which might be, and I'm showing you this angle because there is a hole under here which actually adjusts the neck. Now this guitar is okay, it probably needs a little bit of tightening up, so it basically gets rid of bows in your neck and things like that. And the way that you know that you might need that adjustment is, let's say you play a chord, it's probably in tune there, but as you go further up the board, it's probably going out of tune, and you've gone, well, hold on, how could it be, you know, in tune on one part? It's basically because your neck is bowed. And I think that's it. I think you're ready to go. Make sure you lock in everything before you go, before you start doing the dive bombs. Enjoy.